Hi, I'm Grant Moon. I'm here in Texas making a series of videos, Back to Basics. And we're going to be shaping and modifying machine-made shoes. It's going to be typical skills that we can use in our everyday work in the truck and for preparation for certification. The first step is to help farriers who are learning how to hot shoe. This is to be able to shape machine-made shoes. We're going to be taking a Delta Challenger front and we're going to make two typical modifications. One will be into a longer, narrower shape, and one will be into a rounder, wider shape. It's going to be able to coordinate between the tongs, the hammer, and the anvil, so we shape the shoe without damaging it. We've got our Delta Challenger, and we want to make this into a wider, round shoe. Well, we have to start by shaping the toe, and then shaping the branches. What's important is tongue position when we're shaping. If we don't use good tongue position, we're going to end up causing distortion of the shape, not creating the shape that we want. We have to open the toe up, or we have to narrow the toe. We have to move the branches in, or we have to bend them in at the heels, or we have to straighten the branches. So it's understanding where we'll work on the horn. If I want to open a toe, I put it on the horn with my tongs in line with what I'm shaping, put it slightly off center where the one toenail is in contact with the horn and the other toenail is in contact with the horn, and then overlapping blows from toenail to toenail, moving the shoe as we're doing this. That will open the toe out. If we want to bend something, we visualize a line down the center of the horn. I've drawn a line right now. And if we want to bend something, we have to hit the off side of the horn. If we wanted to bend in quickly, we just hit it and hold it in the same place, and that will bend the shoe in. If we want to create a radius in, but it needs to continue all the way to the heel, then as we hit, we move our tongs and we put a radius in the whole heel quarter. So we can either push it in, and I'll just bend it in from the quarters, or if we wanted the radius in, we'll move it each hammer blow. If we want to straighten something, we hook the shoe on the horn, and we have to hit the near side of the lines. We've got our line down the horn, we have to hit the near side, and hitting on the near side of the line will straighten the branch. I can straighten the heel, or I can straighten the toe quarter. Okay, so it's straightening or bending. Straightening to the near side of the line, bending to the off side of the line. Put in contact with the horn, I concentrate on my tongue position, my shoe position, small gap underneath the toe, overlapping blows from toenail to toenail. And that's just opened the toe out a little bit. Once we've opened the toe out symmetrically, we need to bring the heel in now typically. And I've got my tongs in line with what I'm working, and little light overlapping blows. Each time I hit, I move my tongs. I turn it, I put my tongs on the other side of the toe from where I was working. My tongs are back in line with what I'm working. Overlapping blows. The tongs are down my middle of my body, and I'm hitting just past the horn so it can bend. If I'm hitting in contact with the horn, we can hear a totally different sound, and that's forging. We want to be hitting past the horn so it's bending. So we've widened the toe, and we've brought the shoe in from the quarters. Now we go on and we level the shoe. I hold my tongs, and I think about keeping my tongs flat with the face of the anvil. I start at the center of the toe, and I work from the toe, and every hammer blow touches the last one. Keep my tongs flat with the face of the anvil, start at the toe. Every hammer blow is touching the last one. I'm not rushing, I'm forging it flat. I look to see flatness. There we've got a shoe ready to go try on the foot. We've taken this Challenger from a normal machine-made shoe shape to a rounder shape. All that was accomplished in one heat. Now we're going to take this Delta Challenger shoe and we're going to change the shape into a long, narrow shape. So we've got to think now about narrowing at the toe and straightening the branches. I'm going to hold the shoe on the opposite branch to what I'm going to be straightening. So I'll put it in contact with the heel on the anvil, and I'm going to have a series of light blows starting at the heel, moving forward to straighten the branch out. That way I'll create a radius branch, but it'll be straighter. If I hit in one place, that will tend to give us flat spots. Once I've straightened the branch a little, then I'll put it at the first nail, just in front of the first nail hole. I've got my tongs in line with my branch, and I'm just going to push my branch in. Hold my tongs in line with what I'm shaping, starting just in front of the heel. Little light hits, moving along my branch, straightening the branch. Once I've straightened the branch, I put it just in front of the toenail, push it in. I turn it. Tong position is really important. Tong position's in line with the branch again. And push it in. It's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. Now I'm going to start leveling. I keep my tongs flat with the anvil. I start at the heel this time. I'm working towards the toe. Every hammer blow's touching the last one. I'm not hitting it very hard. I'm just trying to flatten the material, not forge it. Adjust my tong position to the other branch. And I start from center. I work to the heel. Every hammer blow's hitting the last. I don't leave any part unleveled. I look down my shoe, I look to see if it's level, see if the heels are equal. I can turn it on the anvil, and I'm looking down the heels, and I can see that the one heel's not quite in line with the other. So I'm looking at level in both planes, from the heels to the toe and from side to side. I'm leaving it touch the anvil, otherwise the shoe shakes a lot if I try to hold it in midair. So for me, I balance it on the anvil. So we've changed the shape from a normal keg shoe shape into a longer, narrower front pattern. I've selected a Delta 5 slim blade, and this is to show I haven't distorted the nail holes in the shaping process. I want the nails to drop into the nail holes. So that they don't have to be driven in and cause the possibility of them shearing if the nail hole's too tight for the nail. The one to the right is being altered into a longer, narrower pattern, and the one on the left has been made into a rounder, wider pattern. Both shoe shapings were done in one heat.